Look at that crispy skin. Today we're making chicharrones, chili lime style. Yum, yum, get you some. First thing we're gonna do is simply cut this bad boy in half, because what we're gonna do is two different things. With this half, we're gonna make some pork belly for ramen noodles. You're gonna have to hit the follow button for that. Now with this one, we're getting ready to make chicharrones. Let's make them. I'm gonna call this the flat side of the pork belly, because if you notice, the other side was pretty thick and kind of uneven. So this is perfect for your chicharrones. And so what I'm gonna do is just clean this up just a little bit. You can see it's just nothing but fat right here. As you can see, now we're starting to get to the meat, but we got it trimmed up. Now we're gonna do our scoring. With this, we're just gonna set this to the side. We'll use it later. Remember, we got skin on here. You do not wanna penetrate the skin. So we're gonna take our knife and go in about 2-inch or so little portions here. And we're just gonna score down almost to the skin, but don't go through it. You can use your fingers like this to kind of see how deep you are. Get everything even. We'll go here and score it again. You can run your finger down there and see how deep you are. Just go a little deeper. Now we're gonna turn it sideways, go back the other way. This is gonna allow our flavor to penetrate into this meat, but now we're gonna do something before we go marinating that meat. You got to get this skin crispy when we cook it, so this is how you gotta do this. Get your 2 knives, we're gonna poke about 1,000 holes in this skin, like this. Little holes, don't go all the way through. It's pretty easy. Almost done. See all those tiny little holes? Kosher salt, sprinkle generously. Now we're gonna put this back in our fridge. We're gonna let it rest hour, 2 hours or so, draw a bunch of this moisture out. All right, you guys, it's been 2 hours. Look at how much moisture came out of this in 2 hours. All we're trying to do is get a crispy skin on this. So now what I wanna do is get this all rinsed off, get this patted off. Now we're not gonna do anything to the skin side. We're gonna dry off this meat side. And now it's time to make our sauce. This is what you want to pay attention to. We're going to start out with about 1/3 of a bundle of some cilantro. Just add that into our little blender. Now we're going to give a big squeeze of some oil. Probably go in with about a 1/2 cup. Ugh. This is the key here, my friends. This is the Dantastic Chili Lime. This is real dehydrated limes. We got Aleppo flake in there, Korean chili flake. There's nothing like this. Bunch of paprika to give it an awesome color. I'm gonna use probably a little over half of this jar. And so we're just adding tons of flavor in. Yeah, a little over half. Look how big this thing is. So I don't wanna hear it. Yes, we're using half a jar because we're getting flavor into our food. Now we're gonna squeeze 3 fresh limes into there. All right. Our limes are juiced. Now this, 1 big squeeze of some garlic paste. All right, my friends, you probably noticed that I had this can of squirt. We are not gonna add this into the blending process. We're gonna add it in after all this is blended, because we don't wanna take out all the carbonation. So we're gonna keep it nice and fresh off to the side. Now let's get this blended. That's looking good. Probably tastes good by itself. Yeah. That's good. Pour this into our bigger bowl. Now it's time for the grapefruit soda. I'm gonna mix this up. That's what we were looking for. Now let's give it another try. Now we're cooking with fire, my friends. Let's just pour a bunch of it on there. We're gonna get it into each and every little crack. Push some over here. Go this way, getting these cracks here. I don't know about y'all, but I am super excited about this. All right, so we got our green egg going. It's sitting right at 300. What we're gonna do is add a few of these pecan chips right in the center there. That's it, that's all you gotta do. It's time. Look at that. We're going on face first. Now we just let it cook. We've been on here 10 minutes. I'm totally painting this skin. You guys, this is gonna be awesome. All right, it's the 1 hour check time. We're burning it at about 260. You can see we got a little moisture on the top part of this skin. I'm gonna flip this bad boy over like that. We're gonna paint a little bit more of this chili lime on there. And now we're gonna flip this back over. It's been another hour, so we're 2 hours in. It's been sitting at 300. Gosh, that's some thick smoke. Let's get a look. Look at that. Oh yeah. I'm gonna give them one more paste. That is smoky, y'all. Flame it up on us. get this thing closed. Can't have none of that now. I hear it popping in there. You hear the skin popping. That flamed up really quick. Oh yeah. All right, it's flaming back up. Just let it cook. Let it do its thing. Hopefully this doesn't ruin it. Hopefully it turns out perfect. Sounds like popcorn. You hear that? If you want to take down the heat, close things. Close and close. Take the heat down. All right, so it's only been 20 minutes. Y'all saw that got super hot and we were afraid we were gonna burn the skin, but let's get a look at it. It's looking pretty good, really juicy. Look at all that. So it almost seems like our flame went out because it got so hot. I cut everything, all the air off. We're getting really close, you guys. I know we're all over the place with this cook, but we're gonna get it just right. We're gonna go in on the broiler to crisp the skin because we don't need to sit around at 450 degrees and just continue to cook the meat. We just wanna get the skin crunchy. So we're just gonna let it do its thing. Keep the oven cracked. All right, this is why you gotta keep an eye on it. Definitely hotter in the back. Just gonna rotate this around. So that's doing exactly what we want it to do. All right. That was about 10 minutes in there, but you can see we got our crispy crust. Now we're just gonna let this chill for a good 10-15 minutes. All right, you guys, look at this. Maybe I did burn the outside, the skin a little bit, but that looks pretty good to me. Here's what we're gonna do. We gotta give this a try. I know I burnt about half of that skin, but about half of it's not. So I know this is gonna be phenomenal. So you can see this piece of skin was not burnt. I'm gonna cut me off a little portion here. We're going in with a bunch of lime juice. That is what you would call phenomenal. It's unfortunate I burnt about half the skin, but this piece right here, listen to that. It's like candy. That does not taste burnt. Try that sauce. You could use that sauce for chicken, whatever. But that is a yum yum, get you some. We'll see you next time, my friends. Keep sprinkling. Dang good.